Hello, my lovely unicorns, and thank you so much for taking a moment out of your lives to be with me today. And now, if you haven't seen any of the previous videos of this mini series, then feel free to click above me to see the most recent one at that. And feel free to comment down below and press like, and also subscribe to see more videos in the future as well. Today I'm going to be continuing on with the final 7 ideas I've compiled from the 2016 book by Mark Manson, The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. So let's get straight to it. Idea 22. Not feeling good all the time. Emotions are part of the equation of our lives, but not the entire equation. Just because something feels good doesn't mean it is good. And just because something feels bad doesn't mean it is bad. Emotions are merely signposts, suggestions, if you will, that our neurobiology gives us, not commandments. Therefore, we shouldn't always trust our own emotions. In fact, Manson believes that we should make a habit of questioning them. Now, many people are taught to repress their emotions for various personal, social, or even cultural reasons, particularly negative emotions. Sadly, to deny one's negative emotions is to deny many of the feedback mechanisms to help a person solve problems. And as a result, many of these repressed individuals struggle to deal with problems throughout their lives. And if they can't solve problems, then they can't be happy. Remember, pain serves a purpose after all. And when we force ourselves to stay positive at all times, we deny the existence of our life's problems. And when we deny our problems, we rob ourselves of the chance to solve them and generate happiness. So I know that's a lot to take in there. But basically, more money, more problems. More problems, more money. More problems, more happiness. Eventually, anyway. So short-term gains, long-term gains, there we go. And problems, add a sense of meaning and importance to our life. Thus, to duck our problems, duck, duck, goose, is to lead a meaningless, even if supposedly pleasant, existence.
Talk to me, Goose.
Okay, man, let's turn and burn.
Idea 23, the feedback loop of growth. Now, we've talked about the feedback loop from hell, in fact, in the first video, and here Manson discusses how growth is often a feedback loop, where challenges lead to learning, which in turn leads to more challenges, and he emphasizes that embracing this cycle is crucial for personal development, and we're all about that here on this channel at the moment, at least, and well, who am I kidding? I'm always going to be about personal development. And we already know from the first video that happiness comes from solving problems, right? So when we face difficulties, we acquire new skills and insights which prepare us for future obstacles. Kind of going back into the first part that we were talking about in the first idea there. And this is a major cornerstone of maturity. By understanding this loop, we can approach challenges with a growth mindset, viewing them as opportunities rather than setbacks. And trust me, that is a much nicer idea than, well, the feedback loop of hell, I guess. Idea 24, the backwards law. Yeah, this is backwards indeed. In the backwards law, Manson tells us that the more you want something, the more it's going to elude you. The best way to get something that you desire is to stop chasing it. Imagine trying to open a door, but for some reason the key just won't turn. Frustrated, you lose your cool and erratically try to force it open and turn the key in every possible combination of ways you can think of, believing it will just click and open eventually. However, if you took a deep breath and let go of the frustration that you're feeling right now, letting go of that emotion, and try another time, it magically just opens. It doesn't suggest you didn't want to go through the door, but when you focused all your energy on it, it just wasn't opening. See where we're going? So, or how about instead of chasing someone you are already attracted to, you just don't, and they naturally are drawn to you. Like, I usually find this when I'm not looking for a relationship, it's more probable that I'll actually happen to find a relationship because it's naturally flowing to me. I guess I'm not giving off this like desperation or I need someone kind of vibe, and maybe people just gravitate more to that. It's like, oh, he's secure, he's emotionally stable. Yeah, good one. And maybe that just helps, you know. And basically, the point is to just chill out and stop obsessing about what you want and being okay with how everything is. Allowing yourself to just be present and live in the moment can help us not stress over these things. Idea 25: rejection is a good thing. Oh, god damn it, anyway, because Manson just happens to highlight that adversity is often a catalyst for personal growth, and embracing discomfort and hardship can push us to evolve, learn, and develop a stronger sense of self. We have been led to believe from many positive thinking books: open yourself up to possibilities, all these different opportunities by accepting, be accepting, say yes to everything and everyone, and so on. Are you sick of it? I'm sick of it. Are you feeling the toxic positivity here? I know, right? It's good to be positive. We just don't need to be it all the time.
It's not easy having a good time. Even smiling makes my face ache.
But we need to reject something. Otherwise, we stand for nothing. If we accept everything, we just don't stand for anything, right? So if nothing is better or more desirable than anything else, then we are empty and our life is meaningless. We are without values, and therefore life has no purpose, you know, because we're just living it without any purpose. The avoidance of rejection, both giving and receiving it, is often sold to us as a way to make ourselves feel better. But avoiding rejection gives us short-term pleasure only to be hampered by it in the long term. And to truly appreciate something, you must confine yourself to it. There's a certain level of joy, funnily enough, and meaning that you reach in life only when, well, I guess when you've spent decades investing in a single relationship, like a single skill, a single career. And you cannot achieve these decades of investment without rejecting the alternatives. Like if you focused your entire life on wanting to be a lawyer, you know, you've rejected all the other different career possibilities or opportunities that you were presented with. You came to that conclusion.
Thank you, Elaine.
You had to reject those alternatives. The point is, where we all must give a fuck about something in order to value something. And to value something, we must reject what is not that something. To value X, we must reject non-X. That rejection is an inherent and necessary part of maintaining our values, and therefore our identity. We are defined by what we choose to reject. And if we reject nothing, perhaps in fear of being rejected by something ourselves, we essentially have no identity at all.
But see, they don't know that we know that they know.
Idea 26: maturity and the limits of control. Manson discusses in this idea that we cannot control everything in our life, and trying to do so leads to just frustration. And he encourages readers to focus on what they can control, namely their reactions and attitudes, because therein is what maturity really is. And I alluded to this in the previous video as well. Simply put, if something doesn't go your way, do you whine about it, blame others for it, or do you take a deep breath and look at what happened and learn from it? There is no point in getting worked up over things that you have zero control over, like the weather or what your government does, because governments figuring out the limits of what you can control and can't is a vital part to learning and growth. By letting go of the need to control all of these external circumstances, we find peace and clarity within ourselves. And this acceptance allows us to navigate life's unpredictability with greater ease and conviction to our resilience. Idea 27: legacy and living with intention. Manson prompts readers to consider the legacy they want to leave behind. He suggests that thinking about how we want to be remembered can guide our choices and priorities. And by focusing on what truly matters and the impact we want to have on others, we can lead a more purposeful life. This awareness helps us align with our actions and our values and aspirations. And with this, Manson underscores the importance of living with intentionality, like we discussed before, and he encourages us to make conscious choices about what we care about and how to spend our time. By being mindful of our values and priorities, we can direct our energy towards what truly matters, creating a more fulfilling and meaningful life. This intentionality helps us avoid getting lost in the distractions and superficial concerns, live with intentionality, embracing challenges, and focusing on what truly matters in life. Idea 28, acceptance of mortality. Death is the only thing we can know without any certainty. And taxes. And that Jay has lovely titties. But in all seriousness though, it must be the compass by which we orientate all of our values and decisions. The only way to be comfortable with death is to understand and see yourself as something bigger than yourself. Mentioned in a way the death of self at the end of video 1, but this goes a little bit deeper than that. Recognizing that our time is limited encourages us to prioritize what genuinely matters. This awareness can lead to a more focused and enriched life as we choose to engage in experiences that align with our values and bring us joy. Embracing our mortality allows us to live more fully and authentically and by our established values, and that is the basic root of all happiness. Death scares us, and because it does, we avoid thinking and talking about it. Without death, everything would feel inconsequential, all experience arbitrary, and metrics meaningless. Understanding that our time is limited can provide clarity and urgency to our choices, and by contemplating our own mortality, we can prioritize what truly matters and make decisions that align with our values. Without acknowledging death, the superficial will appear important, and the important will appear superficial. This awareness encourages us to live authentically and really make the most of our lives, focusing on experiences that bring genuine fulfillment.
That's it then. I'll be off.
And we have finally made it through my own compilation from this book. What a great book, guys. Definitely give it a read if you want to at some point in the future. But at least I hope that this compilation of my own has definitely, took a lot of it and just put it into a much more condensed form, and also, got my thoughts out there and my own versions of it as well. So these final ideas reinforce Manson's overarching themes of personal responsibility, authenticity, and the importance of choosing meaningful struggles. They encourage us to reflect on our own values and make intentional choices that lead to a more fulfilling life. And if we are driven by fear, then we give too many fucks. Because giving such about everything is the only thing that distracts us from the reality and inevitability of our own death. And to truly not give a single is to embrace the impermanence of your own existence, and in that frees us of entitlement. So thank you so much, my lovely unicorns, for joining me on this journey with this mini series, and I really hope you found something in this series useful for your everyday lives, guys. Was there any ideas today that really resonated? Let me know in the comments below, and I will be sure to read it and absolutely reply as well. And also, of course, if you like this series and think I should make more videos on books, let me know too. It's always great, to have other topics to talk about. And if you missed any of our previous ideas, stay tuned for that, or go back. And if there's any other videos that you want to check out, stay tuned and they will be there in just a second. As always, guys, I've been your friend Jay. Until next time, take care.